like the APC and, for that matter, like the ADC and the PDP. I listened to the two spokespersons for the PDP and the ADC. Listen, I was expecting that they would come up with some theory or some, evidence to, verify that the APC was in fact engaged in any sort of conduct that was unbecoming of a political party in a democracy, or that was overreaching the values, tenets of democracy to, create any sort of, crisis within their parties. Look, you all on this panel, you got it right when you stressed to them that the problem really is internal to them. It is their own failure to govern themselves effectively that's creating the atmosphere and the panic for their members to exit their party. You see, a political party is a vehicle. It's not an institution that is an end in and of itself. It is a vehicle and a means to an end. When politicians join a party, they join the party because they want to be able to compete for power, run elections. But when that platform, that vehicle becomes immobile or inoperable, unable to, provide that platform on which people can aspire and compete, then, it ceases to be the party properly so-called. And I think that's the problem they're dealing with. And, what shocks me is that people, I listened to my brother, Abdullahi. He spent all of the time you afforded him talking about the APC, rather than focus on the ADC and what Nigerians should take as, an invitation of, to join or support their party. They're too obsessed about the APC, and we're not concerned about that.
All right, that's Felix Smoker right there. Felix Smoker is the APC spokesperson. And Felix Smoker is alleging categorically that the opposition political parties are the ones who don't know how to resolve their issues. Now, if you make reference to what is going on in Osun State, you remember that the president has suggested that there should be a consensus candidate. The whole imbroglio in Osun State, right? You saw how they were able to use leadership to resolve the issues. You see how they conduct their primaries as well. If the president so wishes, he could say, you know what? In order to avoid any fracas between members, I would suggest that let this person be in charge. Don't worry, you guys have been queuing. I will sort you out. You'll be given a position. Just wait your time, okay? I know you've been patient. I know you are the one that is meant to be next in line in action, but this is a strategy, so be patient. And somehow, when the president speaks, or when the leaders in the APC speaks, they kind of listen. So why is that not happening in the opposition political parties? If you have been following the politics in the APC, within the APC, starting from their local government elections up until the local, the off-cycle elections that took place, that is the House of Rep and the senatorial elections, you would see that there are usually issues about certain persons who are meant to be the ones to represent the party, but somehow last minute they tell you, know what, no, let's switch, let this person come in, I will give you a position, I will sort you out. They have a way of handling things, and before you know, whatever outcry is happening between them or amongst them, all of a sudden there's silence. Everybody's satisfied. Everybody keeps quiet. I don't know what mechanism is that, but it seems to be working for the political party. But some people would say it's because the party is in power. They have the money to resolve issues or the fracas between people. But the opposition doesn't have the money to silence people. So they'll continue to experience all of this outlashes. But Bolaji Abdullahi, the ADC, is saying that APC is considered as the greatest threat to democracy. According to him, some individuals are working with the APC and asking the Independent National Electoral Commission to deregister the ADC on some funny grounds. He says, for example, that the APC today represent the greatest threat to Nigeria's democracy. You can see it in what they are doing. In a couple of days back, some people come aboard and they say they're challenging this or that. They're asking INEC to deregister ADC on some funny grounds, but we know where this is coming from. The individuals involved in that, we know them, we know who they work for. So now, a lot of Nigerians now went on to say, could this be the reason why Peter Obi had been hesitant in committing himself to the ADC if before the party officially kicks off, they're already having internal wranglings, they're already having issues. If he now decides to be a full member of the ADC, then whatever loophole or skeletons that certain persons have in their closet who are members of the ADC could destabilize whatever smooth running of their political operation ahead of whatever declaration they want to declare in 2026. Okay, so now the question now is this: as it stands, is the ADC a major political party that should be considered as a threat to the All Progressives Congress? If there are some persons saying that the leadership of the ADC is not legally recognized, and I'm referring to the David Mark leadership, that of Aregbesola, El Rufai, and co. If they're saying some of them are not legally meant to be the leaders of the party, and the others are saying that they're the ones meant to be the leaders of the party, where does that place the party? And when it's time for primaries, what if a court situation comes on? Would INEC be invited? Would they be recognized? Will their proceeding be stored? These are the encumbrances a couple of people think could be derailing the former Anambra State governor from fully joining the party. And others are saying, even if he wants to join the party, as what? You can't propose that somebody who got 6 million votes in 2023 to join as a deputy to Atiku Abubakar when it's the time of the South. Others said time of the South or time of the North is not in the constitution. Nigerians should be able to decide what they want. Malami is already being asked to be, it was already been invited by the Economic Committee of West of the by the EFCC, rather, that's the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. He's already been invited for questioning based on money laundering charges, misappropriation of funds, and all whatnot. Chris Ngige, who is a silent member of the APC, is also going through the process, and there are talks that others within the party as well may be taken to court, possibly El Rufai too. So if all of this is happening while they're dealing with their individual court cases, how will the persons who are vital in the party concentrate ahead of 2027? We're going to be looking into that in the course of the conversation this week. Now, also something quite interesting is the fact that a former senior special advisor to the former Zamfara state governor gave an expose, a political bombshell into Mbelu Matuwale, the Minister of State for Defense, and he made quite a huge allegation concerning his connection and financing of terrorism and terrorist-related activities. And this former senior special assistant in the Zamfara state government is Musa Mohammed Kamara. He dropped the political bombshell. Now, Matuwale is saying that all of this is a political witch hunt to press the president to drop him from being the Minister of State for Defense. Kamara served under Matuwale. He insisted in a viral video which was obtained by Sahara reporters that he personally handled some of the transactions, confirming ongoing media allegations against the former governor as not false. Kamara detailed how vehicles and massive sums of cash were allegedly distributed to highly wanted terror commanders, including Kachala Halilu, Bello Turuji, and Ado Aleru during Matawale's tenure as governor. He backed up claims that vehicles were acquired and delivered to the criminals. Kamara also confessed to being a direct beneficiary of cash payments allegedly distributed to the bandit leaders. He further alleged that funds were disbursed to groups across all 13 local government areas of the state, claiming a sum of 42 million naira was distributed, with each local government receiving 3 million naira. Now, in one of the most serious accusations, Kamara alleged that the minister shielded a notorious terror leader known as Haru Dole, who was said to possess over 500 AK-47 rifles after his initial arrest. Kamara also disclosed that Dole was arrested by security operatives at Gusau Hospital and taken to Abuja. However, Matawale allegedly intervened. Okay, the former SSA also claimed he was personally involved in the purchase and renovation of a house allegedly gifted to terror kingpin Bello Turuji. Kamara also recounted handling 88 million naira meant for purchasing cows for summer distribution to residents. He claimed the money was given to Kachala Halilu and Kachala Turuji to buy the cattle, many of which were later diverted or stolen. These are huge allegations. So the question is, if the Minister of State for Defense is involved in something like this, Bello Turuji is a major wanted person, and their connections, or he has any link whatsoever to do with the Minister of State for Defense, whether it's something that happened in the past or present, shouldn't he be asked to step down while investigations commence concerning that? Because these are huge allegations which implicates the Minister of State for Defense, and we're going through a serious security crisis. So if somebody that is in your major cabinet handling such a sensitive position is indicted, is he supposed to still be there, even if you consider it a political witch hunt? How about set up a panel to investigate? The man is still serving there. But He has actually tried to obtain court orders to dissuade anyone from discussing or linking him to this matter. He has disclosed that he's not part of it. He has no link with that all of this is all a political witch hunt. He has no idea and he knows nothing about it. Isn't it interesting? Yes, it is interesting. While the political space is seemingly hotting up and heating up, those who are interested in disclosing their true intention in 2026 are putting up and mapping up their strategies. Names, party members, presidential candidate and vice presidential candidates, senators, House of Rep members, they're all gearing up to display and disclose their intention from next year 2026. In the meantime, the tax reform bill, which has already been passed, will commence next year. A lot of tutelage is ongoing. There's an aggressive conversation and teaching process on what it entails. Now, if you think that you would avoid it, it's not going to be possible. Your accounts will be monitored, and if your account is registered as a business account, trust me, from next year, all the rudiments applied. If you don't go with it, monies will come out of your account whether you like it or not. They're already going to mandate the banks to do that. In the process, before 2026, I'm going to invite an economic analyst who will give us a comprehensive detail of what this tax means, how our accounts will be touched and what will be done with it, who would monitor it, how would they ensure that there's transparency in how our monies that they take from our accounts will be utilized. They will take your money from your account. You're not going to hide. You're not going to run away from it. It's going to happen because it's already been passed. Meanwhile, in terms of insecurity, Riley Moore has gone back to the US and he intends to compile a report to present to POTUS, that is the President of the United States of America. That way, after POTUS now sees the report, then the next step would be either to bring in ground troops, or a couple of them I heard have emerged right here in Nigeria, but conversations are still ongoing regarding how operational analysis will take place. So far, they're using the technicality aspect of it to monitor the hot zones, the enclaves where this terrorist resides. Now, fresh details also concerning the Nigerian pilots whose jet or rather plane were seized in Mali. We've heard details. Now, they said they are still investigating that particular plane, why it landed, why it came into their airspace without getting any form of formal approval or permission. In fact, it's quite surprising to see them stand on their 10 toes for almost 4 or 5 days. That plane has been grounded, and the Malians have actually released an update based on the fate of the 9 pilots. So this is what is happening. Mali's Minister of Security and Civil Protection, Dawood Ali Mohammadine, disclosed to the BBC investigations were ongoing and would be concluded before any further decisions are made. The big question is, what are they investigating? If Nigeria told us that the plane was en route to Portugal and there was an emergency landing, obviously they landed and the Burkina Faso or Malian government decided to seal the plane or seize the plane. What further investigation? Is that something the Nigerian government is not telling us that they know? Okay. Now, they also said that the Nigerian authorities have also said that intensifying diplomatic efforts to secure the release of the detained personnel and the return of the Nigerian Air Force C-130 military aircraft. It's a military aircraft. Okay. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson, in an interaction with journalists today, said discussions have begun between Nigeria and Burkina Faso. But Burkina Faso is insisting that those planes will remain in their custody and that the Nigerian personnel with them, that's the military personnel flying that aircraft, will also remain with them while discussions are ongoing. So they're now saying, is it that the Burkina Faso, they're not afraid of Nigeria to continue to hold on to these pilots and their jets up till now? What does that mean? When did it become a situation where a whole big nation considered as Nigeria, the Burkina Faso is throwing the caution to the wind and saying, we will do what we want to do and you cannot do anything about it because you eroded our airspace without our permission? What is the political angle behind all of this? We're going to be considering that as well in the course of the conversation this evening. We're currently streaming on YouTube. I would implore you to go into your YouTube application on your phone and type VOP 903 on the search bar. We're currently streaming live. I'll be speaking right now with Barrister Fred Nzako. Barrister Fred Nzako is a political, national and social affairs commentator. He's also an economic analyst and he's also an international analyst, meaning that Barrister Fred Nzako will give us insight into what this fractured relationship between Nigeria and Burkina Faso, the reason why the Nigerian pilots have been detained all this while with Nigeria's military aircraft, and why we haven't heard of a decisive measure handed down despite the previous, or will I say, diplomatic relationship that Nigeria has with Burkina Faso. Barrister Fred Nzako, good evening. How are you? Yes, good evening, sir. Happy Friday or happy weekend to you. All right, Barrister, let's start off with the situation in Rivers. So while the Rivers State House of Rep members and the governor are already having their own tussle and saying they're inviting the FCT minister to handle it, it's quite surprising that we're hearing of a fresh crisis in Rivers State. They're all in the same political party now. The House of Rep members officially defected, and Rivers governor as well has done the same thing today. He was termed as... Hello, sir. Wow, the network is really poor. I don't know what's going on today. Okay, so I'll try to reconnect with Barrister Fred Nzako so I hear him precisely, so we can have accurate information, accurate detail to his explanation of the questions I'm asking him. Barrister Fred, what did you say?
Yes, it's better now.
Yes, it's better now. It seems better now. What did you say? You said what, sir? Barrister, the network is terrible, extremely terrible. So let me try WhatsApp if normal call is not going through. Let me try WhatsApp. I really want to hear what you have to say concerning this. Anyways, Barrister Fred Nzako is going to respond towards the situation in Rivers State at this point in time, what it means for the APC, for this set of persons who just joined the APC to be having issues. Now, the House of Rep members are alleging that Fubara is lying, and that most of all the money spent, all the monies appropriated, the Fubara has refused to make accountability of it. He has also refused to present to the House the budgets and tell them precisely all the funds that he has used and what he has used them for. That the last time they met, they asked him and he said no, he was not going to do that. Meanwhile, Fubara is saying that he was told there was going to be a meeting, but so far, up till now, no meeting has been had. Amawule is saying that on 4 or 5 different occasions, meetings have been called for and that Fubara was even there. In other words, they are alleging that Fubara is playing a political gimmick, that for once he should try to be transparent. Barrister Fred, can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah, I can hear you slightly better now.
This is preferable, more than slightly better. I can hear you too. So I'm asking you, what does this imply, the situation in Rivers between, the governor of Rivers State now and the Rivers State House of Rep members? Today, Fubara said he is now 001, meaning that he's a leader of the APC in Rivers State. He acknowledged it. He was happy. He seemed exuberant with it. Antonio Kocha, the APC spokesperson or APC leader in Rivers, says that he would serve Fubara as long as possible, committing total loyalty to Fubara. So there are talks that the president intends to use Fubara now and possibly put aside Nyesom Wike by making Fubara the one in charge of APC in Rivers. What do you think is going to happen with this?
I do not think that projection is correct. I do not think that Mr. President will want to dispense with Nyesom Wike, knowing fully well the kind of personality Nyesom Wike is, and only the two of them know the covenant between the two of them that is not known to most Nigerians. So if anybody is trying to conjecture that Mr. President would place Sim Fubra above and over and above Nyesom Wike, I do not think such conjecture will work, because if Mr. President even thinks that way, then he will by himself dismantle the structure that they have laid in Rivers. Wike is a man who hardly takes a second fiddle. When you say that power intoxicates, his own is not just intoxication. His own gets very deep into him, and he doesn't like a bull in a china shop. He will not tolerate anybody trying to challenge his authority. Meanwhile, the goings on in Rivers and the past and the present have shown clearly Wike is in charge in Rivers politics, at least as of today. And his political godson, Fubara, had not grown enough wings to outwit Wike. Wike is in PDP, but he still is in an APC. Everything around him is in APC, but he's only in PDP to spoil the party, and that's all, which he has succeeded in doing. He has reduced PDP and his cronies, aided by the party at the center, the APC, using all the paraphernalia and instruments of coercion available to government at the center. They have reduced PDP to its knees. PDP has become a mere shadow of itself. So he will be there to conclude the decimation of PDP. Now PDP has moved from ICU to is about to go to the mortuary. What is they are waiting for is to bury the party at the end of the day, and then to ensure that it does not produce a visible opposition to Mr. President in 2027. That has been the game, and they will continue to play that game till the end of the day. So I do not think that he has not lost any control of Rivers politics. He has not. Don't forget that members of the House of Assembly that have moved to APC, initially they moved. When they saw that the move was wrong, they jumped back. You know, when there is no modicum of integrity among politicians, both old and new, both young and old, and that's what you'll be seeing. People that speak from both sides of their mouth, what they say in the morning is different from what they tell you in the afternoon. Today, they have now open-chestedly, if there's any phrase like that, moved into APC. Now, just to go and hold forth for Mr. Wike, and Mr. Fubara has been prohibited into moving to APC as well. Otherwise, there are many other political parties that he would have moved into. When he conducted the local government election, then he used another political party that was not the APC. He used, I think, it was AAC, and with the elephant logo, and they cleared all the victories in the local government election, all the councillorship seats and the chairmanship seat. Meanwhile, it is that same election that has been nullified using the court as high as the Supreme Court that now allowed the erstwhile sole administrator, a bucket Bas, to conduct another local government election that is subsisting as of today, which of course everybody knew and knows that these men and women are 100% Nyesom Wike's people. So where lies facing Fubara's power, political power in Rivers State? I mean, he has been given the seat that they want to give him, and that is the seat of the political godson of Mr. Nyesom Wike. So if anybody is beginning to bring the conspiracy theory that Mr. President wants to replace Wike with Fubara, and I do not see that happening, and I think that is almost impossible.
Very interesting that you said that, Barrister Fred. But the House of Rep members are alleging that there is a list of nominations that Fubara is meant to ascend to. And that Fubara is meant to bring his own persons, and possibly they bring their own persons, and that Fubara is delaying in that. The FCT minister, normally when things happen like this, would converge a press conference and begin to detail stuff. But it seems that maybe now he and Fubara has reconciled. There's a possibility there's no need for it. While Fubara was speaking today, they kept referencing the political leader of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike. It's almost like no decision can be made without Wike's input. So are we seeing what Lagos is like now in Rivers? Are we seeing Nyesom Wike playing the role of a Bola Tinubu in handling affairs, even if he's no longer the one who is in charge of government, but he's the one that is overseeing stuff that nothing can be done without his approval? That is, he's still in charge of the government by proxy.
The situation in Rivers will even be worse than that of Lagos, because Bola Tinubu is a more can I say a more benevolent person than Nyesom Wike. Bola Tinubu is a more strategic person than Nyesom Wike. Nyesom Wike he approaches politics with brutality and a lot of rough fight. unlike Tinubu, who has his own way of doing things in a manner that you could see his actions without hearing his voice. But in Wike's own case, you will not only see his actions, you will hear his voice. And you could even guess that, no, this is not the handwriting, this is not the handwork of Bola Tinubu. But anyone that Wike is involved in, you cannot guess whether it's Wike or not. Because he wants you to see that he is the one doing it. He wants to ride roughshod on anybody who is in opposition. He wants to impress anybody that he is in charge, and he wants to express himself in a manner that whether you like it or not, you must accept his own dictates. So what will happen in Rivers will be worse than what is going on in Lagos. Lagos is clinical. Clinical in the sense that, yes, you will know that Bola Tinubu is calling the shots, but he does that in a way that his followers and disciples will continue to adore him and work for him, even in his absence, speak well of him, defend his interests, defend his policies and programs, because he tries to a reasonable extent to balance things up. When it is time for Christians to come, he will bring Christians. When it is time for Muslims to come, he will bring Muslims. When it is time for people on the North Central, Lagos Central, Lagos West, or Lagos East, he juggles it. So in a manner of speaking, he is the king on the chessboard of Lagos politics. But Nyesom Wike is his approach is slightly different from that of Bola Tinubu, and that is why he may not enjoy the kind of submissive support that Tinubu enjoyed in Lagos, and the kind of disciplinary support by his followers. They could be following him out of fear,
Okay.
They could be following out of fear or trepidation or out of consequences of not following him. But people who follow Tinubu in Lagos follow him out of love, because he shows them the way. He points the direction. That is why they keep defending him, even when he does wrong. They don't as if they don't see his wrongdoing. They will, if they see it, they will explain it out that after all, he's a human being, that he's bound to make mistakes. But disciples of Nyesom Wike are not natural disciples. They are not organic. They are coerced. That is the difference. But disciples of Bola Tinubu in Lagos are organic. They are natural. They follow him because over time he remembers them and he respects their feelings and their interests in most cases. He consults very widely, unlike Nyesom Wike, who finds it difficult to consult, because in a matter of speaking, he will want you to know that he is in charge. That bragado, that feeling of, that emperoric feeling, is what makes Wike different from Tinubu. So I think that in a bid to assert his authority, then there will be a lot of backlash in Rivers State. So don't think that there's peace now. The peace they are enjoying today is what can be described by you journalists as the peace of the graveyard. By the time the spirits wake up in the graveyard, it will be like masquerade chasing around the women and children on the streets.
Wow, Barrister. So let's quickly look at the ADC. For example, they have described the issue of the 2027 presidential ticket between their former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and the Anambra State's former Governor, Mr. Peter Obi. So the presidential ambitions of both Atiku and Obi have cast doubts over the ADC's coalition. So let's look at this. The National Publicity Secretary, Bolaji Abdullahi, spoke on the Monitor television program this morning, where he stated that the issue, although not the greatest threat to democracy, remains a significant challenge that the party must address. Abdullahi said the ADC is currently focused on strengthening its structures nationwide rather than discussing potential presidential candidates, but that the party is working to establish a strong presence across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, meaning that for now, the issue of zoning is not what they are discussing, that they need to come together and make the party formidable because they want to establish grassroots support across all the states like the APC is doing. So they're not even looking at, oh, this president should come from here or this vice president should come from here. Now, as it stands, certain persons within the ADC are going through EFCC investigation. And there are fears that this could derail the focus of the party as we approach 2026, where a lot of interested personalities in different political positions that they are eyeing will begin to disclose their true intention. So while the APC seems to be set up, the opposition party is still grappling to have a basic internal organization before they extend. Mr. Peter Obi has been urged on several occasions to declare his intention or what political party he intends to run with. The Labour Party told us that there is no automatic ticket for Mr. Peter Obi, and I think it's the Fubara, what Julius Abure team or faction, that the presidential ticket is not automatic. They've also said that Mr. Peter Obi keeps saying he's a member of the Labour Party is only by mouth but not in action. He has not shown any action that he's still a member of the Labour Party. So let me ask you this, Barrister Fred. Can't the ADC move ahead? If by now Peter Obi has not disclosed his intention, has not said anything about joining them, can't they go ahead with what they want to do and put Mr. Peter Obi aside to decide what he wants to do anytime? After all, others will consider that in politics, for now, there is still time. What's your take on that?
Esther, we need to understand this basic fact that Mr. Peter Obi joined politics to serve the people. And he has consistently maintained such service very credibly, very creditably, and very conscientiously, with all honesty and sincerity of purpose. And in 2023, he was chosen by the people, but the institution, the establishment that worked against the people, denied him the seat in Aso Rock. Now, a lot of things have changed. A lot of water has passed under the bridge. ADC, that is the new party.
It's not a new party, it's just a coalition.
The coalition, yes. Democratic coalition needs to work assiduously to have their foot on the ground. As we speak, there is no governor, serving governor in ADC. It makes a lot of difference. It makes a lot of meaning. In Nigerian politics, where so many people are ignorant and vote emotionally, the party does not have any governor. The party does not have a lot of structure on ground, but the party is at the heart of the people, simply because they are hoping and expecting that Mr. Peter Obi is part and parcel of their coalition. Mr. Peter Obi is the joker in the political game of this country because of the love Nigerians have for him. But Nigerians are in a quandary, in a manner of speaking, because the ruling party can stop at nothing to ensure that the opposition parties don't survive. The ruling party will do everything to ensure that the opposition parties are in trouble. And that is why anywhere they feel that Mr. Peter Obi wants to lean his interest on, they will rush there to begin to pull down the roof. Some will say, yes, that is politics. But you don't play politics alone. And because you play politics with other individuals, the Bible says that the heart of man is deep, that only God can decipher what is in it. Somebody might be smiling to you in the open, but the back and in the dark will strike you at your back. All the people in ADC, not all of them are working with the spirit of the coalition. Not all. In fact, some people had even been fingered as being moles in that party. And you cannot rule it out. The same way some people were moles in PDP, and immediately after the election, they started jumping out of the party. And they started picking appointments in the ruling party. They say it is all political strategy. That if you can plant a mole in your opponent's house, that it becomes to your advantage. If that is politics, and that is why people say that politics is a dirty game, because not what they say in the morning is what they will repeat in the afternoon or in the evening. As we speak, Nigerians want credible opposition, not just because they want a change of pattern, but they want an alternative viewpoint. They want a voice that the government will respect. They want alternative viewpoint that the government will have cause to consider. Look at just the pronouncement of President Donald Trump, how it has reshaped and shaken our security architecture in the country. It is that kind of feeling that the opposition should be given to people in power. But when there is no strength in the opposition, the people in power would they say power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. They will be corrupted absolutely because they will have no fear for the people, because in the times past, politicians were afraid of the people, but these days, the people are afraid of politicians. The people are stunned. So the people in power can only be afraid of the coalition in opposition, because such coalition will be the rallying point for the people. So that when the election comes, the people will now look the other way and kick them out of power. And that is why they are doing everything possible to ensure that opposition is decimated. It is not a hidden secret. Yes, they will be hiding it, but these days they no longer hide it. Anywhere they hear the name of Peter Obi, they will run down there with a sledgehammer. Sometimes they run down there, they will know that they will find out that, oh, it's not really Mr. Peter Obi there, that is another person that just mentioned his name. They will go back with their sledgehammer and be looking around, looking for where Mr. Obi has pitched his tent. And that is why they cannot even discuss, the opposition cannot discuss their plans in the open. The very moment they discuss it, it will filter to the ears of the ruling party and they will come to put down their house using all means, coercive means, carrot and stick approach, and even inducement. No matter how costly it might be, they don't care. They just want to hold on to power. Nigerians are suffering and they are not getting dividends of democracy. But Nigerians are in a quagmire, in a manner of speaking, confused on what to do, and they are hoping and believing and trusting that the opposition will rally around and present formidable front for them to cling on like the Iroko tree that the birds will fly and perch on. That is what Nigerians are expecting. But the ruling party does not want that Iroko tree to stand, so that the birds will continue to fly endlessly without perching, and along the line their wings will get weak and they will fall down without gaining any ground. And that is exactly what is going on in Nigeria today. And that is why for people who understand, they will not take it lightly with the ruling party. Then how do you ensure that they are taught lesson? Is it this time that almost all the governors are crossing over to the ruling party? Almost all the senators and members of the House of Reps, because of lack of political ideology, lack of interest for the welfare of the people, lack of even understanding of the tenets of democracy. Democracy is built on a tripod of, on one side, the ruling party, on the other side, the party in opposition, and the third leg, the people themselves. The people themselves. So, and that is the tripod. Today, the people are confused. The party in opposition is in trouble and being decimated. Then the ruling party is running riot all over the place. And that is why Nigeria seems to be a confused environment. And I think that until we have electorates that are knowledgeable, or at least literate enough, that have political literacy, that will understand where their problems lie and how to solve their problems, I tell you that we cannot get to the end of that. Until we get to that point, political literacy, and that's why government is not even interested in educating the people. They are not interested. Because the more illiterate the people are, the easier for the politicians to bamboozle them and channel them, shepherd them in one direction even when such direction is against the welfare and interest of the people.
Well, barrister,
So
if the political elite refuse to do that, we at VOP 90.3 FM will do that. By next year, January 2026, we're going to commence a full-on political program, a segment where we will discuss all of this political shenanigan, and then we'll try to correct the orientation that these politicians have infused in the society. We'll try to enlighten Nigerians on their rights and their political obligations and their civic responsibility, and the fact that based on the constitution, nobody can waylay them, nobody can bully them, and they would deliberately have to refuse any form of inducement that would divert their authenticity when elections commences in 2027. We're going to be looking at all the loopholes that will be presented by these politicians as a means to possibly induce Nigerians to believe whatever narrative they want to spill out. And this will be a period where we're going to filter intentional politicians from those who just want to utilize the ignorance of Nigerians for their own benefit. Barrister, you were referring to
sorry, very quick comment before you jump to the next issue.
Okay.
Out of the 96 million registered voters in Nigeria, how many of them listen to VOP to be able to pick this education you are talking about?
Well, we will try to extend it.
When many of them are more interested in social media enjoyment and social media emotionalism and social media and all that and without even paying attention to what goes on around them. Esther, an ambassadorial nominee was asked to name the name of the senator representing his zone during the screening process, and he does not know.
Doesn't know.
An ambassadorial nominee did not know the name of the senator representing his senatorial zone. So that tells you the level of political literacy in Nigeria. Just do a vox pop around and you see how ignorant and how illiterate the Nigerians are. That is the problem that we have. So much as you are doing well in VOP, we want to encourage you to do more. We want to use this opportunity to call on every media organization in the country to realize that as the fourth estate of the realm, they have every responsibility to enlighten, educate, and civilize Nigerians. Because it is only by doing so that Nigerians can take their destiny in their hands through the ballot box at the point of election. Otherwise, all these ramblings will continue, all these complaints will continue, and the bad governance will now become a round robin. And we want to say, God forbid, that it is so.
Barrister, you're absolutely right. To be honest with you, there is a limited attention when it comes to issues like this, especially with the young demography. They want something sensational, they want something entertaining, or something that will give them quick means to wealth. Anything that may be quite educational like this, not every one of them is interested, but we'll try as much as possible to make it attractive. That's one of the things we're looking into, to make it attractive and comprehensible, that they would enjoy and be part of it. They need to be part of it, so we will not experience an era where better malt and gala were given to people so that they can, vote a particular political party, even if it was not in their conscience to do so. Barrister, still in the political realm, when you were explaining, you said something about political witch hunt by the current government to the opposition. Let's look at Chris Ngige. Let's also look at former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. Now, the former Anambra State Minister of Labour, that is Chris Ngige, was arrested by the EFCC and remanded at the Kuje Correctional Center. He was denied bail. Okay, he said he's not guilty. He pleaded not guilty to the 8 counts bordering on abuse of office and acceptance of gifts from contractors of the Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund while he served as its supervisor minister between 2015 and May 2023. Now, Barrister Ferdinand Zako, a lot of Nigerians are now asking, okay, indeed, there are issues and investigations are ongoing concerning what Chris Ngige did, but why is it coming now? Is he not a member of the APC? That's one question that asks too. In the case of Malami as well, how come his case has resurfaced, has researched? These are persons who are considered the Buharists. These are people who got appointments with late Muhammadu Buhari. Now Muhammadu Buhari has passed on, and somehow their files are open for scrutiny. So a couple of persons are saying that this individual should get ready to be Emefiele with what is going on with Emefiele. Do you see this as a political witch hunt with the EFCC being used as a tool, or the EFCC is just basically doing their job, but the timing is questionable? However, they're doing their job. Well, what would you say to this?
It is very easy for EFCC to say that they are doing their job. It is also very easy for government to claim that they too are doing their job. They want to give impression that that saying that when you are in APC, your sins are forgiven. They just want to give impression that even within APC, that they are trying to use that broom to sweep the country clean. But there are so many dirty corners of the country that the APC does not want to touch. And that is what worries most Nigerians. And that is why they begin to criticize the government that will do selective justice to issues. When you pick and choose who to prosecute and who not to prosecute, it is very obvious that these are men who obviously did not support the current president. Very obvious. Even though they are in the same political party, but they are not on the same alliance with the current government. It's very obvious. Otherwise, there are many instances of open and clear, brazen issues that require EFCC's attention. Where is the humanitarian minister? Has she been taken to court?
You're very right.
How far has Hadis Rika's own case gone in Air Nigeria and the rest of them? The one that money was found in his apartment in Ikoyi, is he not the one that was just rewarded the other day with an ambassadorial appointment? So when you pick and choose, you will leave your flank open for people to criticize you. If anybody criticizes this government that they are dragging people who oppose them around, the criticism becomes very cogent and very logical. Because the obvious ones that people have, even the confessed ones, they have not been taken to court. And now you're dragging these ones to court simply because one way or the other, somehow, somewhere along the line, you did not enjoy their support.
All right,
Yes,
Barrister.
we say,
Quickly before you continue, Barrister. Okay.
But it should not be on a selective basis. That's my position.
Okay, but Barrister, if you look at the politicians who joined APC and how their EFCC probes were discontinued, it begs the question that maybe the situation with the EFCC is politically motivated. Ifeanyi Okowa, who was formerly in the PDP and former Delta State governor, defected. So far, we've not heard anything about his matter. Remember, he was called in for questioning, and now that he's joined the APC, that area has completely been silent. The Senate President Godswill Akpabio too, there was a probe launched into him by 2007 to 2015, the tenure of him as the governor of Akwa Ibom, and there was a petition from Leo Ekpayong, a lawyer and activist, who accused Akpabio of stealing 108.1 billion naira from Akwa Ibom, but we haven't heard the end of that case. That place is also mute. Akpabio joined the APC, and since then we've not heard anything further. He's now the Senate President. Orji Uzor Kalu was also with the operatives of the EFCC. He was found guilty of embezzlement. Then he was let go. No court acquitted him of the charges, but no one can try him or them again. That is the story of somebody who was in prison but currently serves as a Senate. That's the story of Orji Uzor Kalu. We also have Stella Odua. Her case has resurfaced now. Since 2020, the EFCC filed 25 counts at the Federal High Court in Abuja against Stella Odua, who was a former Minister of Aviation. Her case has resurfaced. Everyone was surprised when 3 days ago we saw that her case has resurfaced. These are persons who were very quiet. We don't know if she's still in the APC or she's one of the Buharists. Then there is Musili Obanikoro, who tried to become Lagos State Governor with the help of the PDP, but he could not wrestle power away from the ruling party. Now he became the Minister of State for Defense when the PDP held power during the Goodluck Jonathan administration. Now he's in the APC. We've not heard anything about Musili Obanikoro. through at all, nothing. Then there's Peter Nwaboshi as well. There's Emmanuel Boacha. All these individuals were in the opposition, joined the APC. They had issues with the EFCC, and no investigation about their case has come up. Everywhere has been silent. So is it possible to agree with some Nigerians that all of what is going on with these guys, in as much as, yes, they may have issues to contend with in court, that the timing is suspicious?
It's not only the timing, you have reeled out all these names. There are even a lot more. I'm sure that if we expand our thought process, we will drag in quite a lot more people who, having joined the APC and having started standing on the mandate, then their matters have become completely dead and silent. Even Femi Fani-Kayode, as at last count, he had their matters in court. They have been going to in and out of court. Today he's an ambassador, and many others just like that. Meanwhile, none of them enjoys immunity. When Bukola Saraki was the Senate president, he was dragged to Code of Conduct tribunal and docked when even as a Senate president, which means that even as a Senate president, Godswill Akpabio can still be docked. The Joinunia case, and NDDC, where they tried to off the mic, all right, when he was minister for Niger Delta Affairs, that one has been swept under the carpet. So many issues that have been swept under the carpet by the now. It is Ngige and Malami that they are now dragging around, and maybe one or two others that are
Stella
not in the
too.
good
Her
books
case
of
has
the
resurfaced as well.
Stella Odua. Once you are not in the good books of the government in power, get ready for EFCC visit, and that is why I was one of the advocates that said that EFCC is being used by anybody in Aso Rock. It was used by President Obasanjo against his opponents. It was used by the only person that did not abuse EFCC were Yaradua and Jonathan. EFCC was used by Muhammad Buhari against his opponents, and being used by the current president against the perceived opponent of government. And that is why we argued. Some governors, remember, some governors went to court, went to the court of Supreme Court, asking that EFCC should be disbanded because the establishment law of EFCC did not follow the due process of the Constitution as enshrined in Section 13. When you talk about domestication of international convention in Nigeria. And we argue that on that note, that EFCC was a product of international convention, and that since it did not enjoy the legislative input of this two-thirds of the state of the country, that EFCC should at best be an agency of the federal government and should have nothing to do with the federating units. But the Supreme Court, in their own wisdom, said that no, that EFCC was doing well, that they should go ahead. But evidence has shown, experience has shown that EFCC, it was Utoju Okalo that called EFCC an attack dog. He was the one that used that phrase for the first time. That EFCC was a catch and hold 'em agency. That their own is to catch and hold 'em. That there is an attack dog of whoever that is in Aso Rock. Today, he is benefiting from such catch and hold 'em and release him. His own is having been held, release him, and then he was released. The Supreme Court says that the matter should be retried because the judge that convicted him had become functus officio, had been elevated to court of appeal, and should not have gone back to deliver judgment. And that the matter should be retried. Why is the matter not being retried? If we are a serious-minded country that we want to sweep the audience temple, why is it not being retried? And today, everywhere he's going around singing Hallelujah song for Mr. President, standing on the mandate and where he was standing, even in the pulpit of the church, he will be singing singing the mandate song for him. At the end of the day, you begin to ask the question: where do the people of Nigeria stand in all of this?
Very true.
Who takes care of the welfare of the people, and who takes care of Nigerian people? Over 220 million people being held by the jugular by a few political elite. Well, you don't call them elite. The electoral to me said they are political marauders because when you give somebody power and the person is abusing the power, the person is a power marauder. That is exactly the way he describes politicians. It is important.
We'll be taking a very short break.
It is important. It is important that we know that the welfare of the people must always be paramount.
All right, Barrister, we'll take a very short break. I still need you to respond to a couple of questions, and then I will let you go. All right, please, Barrister, do kindly stay with us. This is Sylvie Rush on Voice of the People, 92.3 FM.
Customer, welcome. What do you want buy?
I want buy changeover. Cutout fuse and distribution board made of 100% heavy duty copper.
Oh, come, I get them. See, I'm here.
No, now I'm looking for Slatter Star J cutout fuse and distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel.
But Oga,
don't worry, I know where to get them. Whether na Star J changeover cutout fuse, Slatter distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel, Star J ceiling fan, sockets, all earthen materials. Make you no go do cover wise pan foolish show. Slatter Star J Indian product na #1 since 1961. Made of 100% heavy duty solid copper with no compromise. Available in all leading electrical shops nationwide. Slatter Star J na you Pico.
Welcome back. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. I was speaking with Barrister Friday Nzako. He was really giving us some incisive details, educating us precisely on some of the issues of interest on the evening rush. Barrister Friday, I sincerely do appreciate you being patient because you will say Esther her question. My question too much. Sorry, Barrister. Thank you so much for your patience. Barrister, let's look at the situation like this. I'm sure you heard of what happened in Burkina Faso. They said that they're not going to release the plane. In fact, let me be categorical. The 11 Nigerian military personnel, including 2 pilots and 9 officers who were detained earlier this week in Burkina Faso, remain in custody. Now, the continued detention, according to Mali's Minister of Security and Civil Protection, told the BBC that investigations were ongoing and would be concluded before any further decisions were made. Now, Barrister, let's look at the scenario. The government told us that this plane was going to Portugal. Then possibly there was something that made them do what you call an emergency landing. Burkina Faso is saying that they landed or they crossed their airspace without getting any information. They weren't told, they weren't alerted, so they breached their airspace. And you know that they just recently tried to intervene in the situation with Benin Republic. For the past 3 or 4 days, the Nigerian aircraft has been seized along with the 2 pilots and 11 Nigerians. Is that something more that Nigerians do not know? Because if it was just something that was like an emergency, which according to a couple of explanations is standard protocol, if something is wrong with a plane, you do what you call an emergency landing based on the fact that Nigeria has diplomatic ties with Burkina Faso. So is that something that we do not know, that they're reacting like this? Or could it be because they've extrapolated themselves from ECOWAS?
Esther, it is very obvious that Nigeria is losing grip so fast. Nigeria is losing the respect of even smaller nations. And it's a pointer to the fact that even smaller nations have, this is what they see finish in local balance. They don't see Nigeria finish, and they are no longer afraid of that so-called big brother. They are now seeing Nigeria as the so-called big brother. They are no longer afraid of Nigeria. And it is because of the fact that Nigerian leaders have reduced the integrity of this country to very low level, that a small country like Burkina Faso will be so strong, poking its fingers into the eyes of Nigeria. Unless we are, you see, because we don't tell ourselves the truth here, and it is very difficult for you to swear to an action of government in this country, because our government is run as if it is anchored on falsehood and lies. They try to tell themselves the truth. They try to be honest with their citizens, and they do not want such corruption of their citizens with the lies and falsehood that is being peddled even in the open in Nigeria. And that is why they don't see us finish. Now, if there was an emergency, it's an international protocol.
Yeah.
Aeroplane does not have a bus stop in the air. It does not have a parking in the air. If there's any emergency, international protocol, you land at the nearest safe place. If whether it's an airstrip or an airport, provided you consider the safety of the people on board and the safety of the people on ground. So if they are seizing our plane, then there's a reason why they are doing that. Of course, it will be difficult to even accept the lies from our government officers because they will never tell you the truth. Nigerians are waiting to hear the truth from Burkina Faso because they will likely release the truth. And if eventually it is a breach of their aviation protocol or their airspace, then it is something that must be handled diplomatically. If it's a military plane and then if there was ammunition or arms in the plane, then there must be an explanation to that. Because you do not blame Burkina Faso for being suspicious. You don't. Because you know that they are on the edge because of the fact that one, their regime is a military regime condemned by Nigeria, condemned by many other democratic countries that run democracy, and those who pretend to be democratic, like Nigeria, that is a democratic pretender. Now they don't feel comfortable with issues around Nigeria. So for Nigerian airplane to drop in their sky onto their soil, they have every reason to investigate it. If they are detaining the crew, the important thing is that the crew is not being given harsh treatment. They should fast forward their investigation and then bring out the truth. Again, it is because we don't have ambassadors there. Because it's something that should be diplomatically handled.
Yeah.
And because it is the ambassador that will explain. The ambassador is there, resident in their country.
Yeah.
They will have interaction with the ambassador. They will know the personality of the ambassador, and then they can now trust the facts coming from the ambassador. They will not trust the facts coming from Nigeria because Nigeria flies a lot of lies. So these are part of the challenges that we have when we misconduct ourselves at home, expecting to be given respect abroad. It does not work that way. In international circle, it is the respect you give yourself at home that reflects in your actions and respect abroad. When you tell a lot of lies at home, I think that people outside will believe you. They will not believe you. So I think that what will happen is, one, they should handle those crew members very decently in a very civilized manner, ensure that they don't get any emotional torture or dehumanization. And two, fast forward the process. And three, let Nigeria initiate a high power democratic action to solve that and not neglect Burkina Faso. Because I'm sure that if it was another bigger country, Nigeria would have been running up and down. But now they are neglecting Burkina Faso, not knowing that it is that small country that you neglect that may spring surprises and embarrass you. I think that matter should be handled in a more decent and more pragmatic approach.
All right, Barrister, very interesting. Finally, I know you've tried. The Zamfara state government, Musa Mohammed Kamara, who was a former senior special assistant, has dropped a major political bombshell. Kamara served under Matawale. He insisted in a viral video obtained by Sahara reporters that he personally handled... Yes, under Matawale, Minister of State for Defense.
Yeah.
Yes. This person was a former senior special assistant in the Zamfara state government when Matawale was the governor at the time.
Okay.
His name is Musa Mohammed Kamara. And so he dropped a major political bombshell where he said that he personally handled some of the transactions, confirming ongoing allegations that the former governor as not false. There are allegations against Bello Matawale right about now that has been circulating. This person, who was a former senior special assistant, also confirmed these allegations against the former governor, who is now a minister of state for defense. So in Hausa, Kamara detailed how vehicles and massive sums of cash were allegedly distributed to highly wanted terror commanders, including Kachala Halilu, Bello Turuji, and Ado Alero. In fact, he confessed to being a direct beneficiary of cash payments allegedly distributed to the bandit leaders. He further alleged that funds were disbursed to groups across 14 local government areas of the states, claiming that 42 million naira was distributed, with each local government receiving 3 million naira. In fact, in one of the accusations, he alleged that the minister Matamale shielded a notorious terror kingpin or leader known as Haru Dole. He was said to possess over 500 AK-47 rifles. There's quite a lot. He even talked about providing accommodation or giving the terror kingpin Bello Turuji not just money, but he gifted him houses and vehicles. That is, renovated a house allegedly gifted to the Bello Turuji, and also provided vehicles for him. He made quite a lot of allegations. Now, Nigerians are now asking that if these allegations these are heavy allegations, and this man is occupying a very sensitive position, can't he step aside and be investigated? Or is it that the president cannot call him out or something? How would you react to this? Because Bello Matawale is denying all of this and saying he has no inkling, has no connection to this. In fact, he even wrote an order to the court that his case should not be discussed. Nobody should link any form of terrorism to him across all media platforms. So, what would you suggest?
Esther,
Sir?
a sitting governor, Governor Dauda Lawal of Zamfara State, the same Zamfara, has openly, not once, not twice, but several times said that Matawale, former Governor Matawale, is a sponsor of terrorism in his state. A sitting governor said so. And you think it is a flippant statement, and the country is not looking in that direction. A sitting governor said that on his phone that he will turn on the Google and point to you where the bandits and the terrorists are, that their camps are known. And that several times he has called the military authorities to tell them, these guys are there. Why don't you go and flood them out? He said that after all that, nothing will happen. The sitting governor has several times said that the problem in his enclave was caused by the former governor, Matawale. And you think that it is this Mr. Kamara's own that will raise the hairs? If a sitting governor's allegation as weighty as that, not once, not twice, several times, and he said that he has every sensitive information regarding his own is not an allegation, that his own is a statement of fact. That he's making statement of fact, and nobody wants to listen in that direction. Is it not in this country that a minister for defense has said that, is it not the same Matawale that said that even that bandits could become anything they like? That one was the statement made by Chief of Army Staff. The Minister for Defense, the one that just left, Badaru, said that the bomb of the Air Force cannot penetrate the forest of Zamfara. I mean, Esther, we don't need to look far to see where the problem of Nigeria lies. What we need to worry is that the people who have the authority, who have the constitutional capacity to solve Nigerians' insecurity problem, are the ones who are either creating the problem or benefiting from such problem. Even the man who is the current governor today, when he was doing his declaration after becoming the governor, and he was doing his code of conduct declaration, he claimed that he was worth 9.6 trillion naira, and he was accused by activists as engaging in anticipatory declaration because he has anticipated the kind of money he would make from the solid minerals, the precious solid minerals under the soil of Zamfara State, and that was why he made such declaration. So that by the time he leave in office and you see him with 13 trillion, you will not wonder where he made the money from. Abdulaziz Yari, the former governor of Zamfara, who ran for who is a current senator, and he contested for Senate presidency seat against Ababio. Senator Alin Dume said that the man had stupendous wealth, that he was not qualified to become Senate president, that the only qualification he had was that he had excess money. Alin Dume said so. He's on national television because Alin Dume was rooting for Ababio. He was one of the people that were recruited by Mr. President to work for the ascendancy of Gospel Ababio. That even made Mr. President to call the senators one by one, pleading with them to elect Ababio. Because if it was to a game of money, Ababio is said to be rich, but he is a learner in when you compare that to the liquidity and wealth of Yari. And at the end of the day, where do Yari make all that money? From the precious gold of Zamfara. Zamfara is the poorest state in this country on top of the surface of the soil. But underneath the soil is the richest state in Nigeria, and except maybe there's a state that may be richer than it is in Congo, DR Congo. It might be the richest state in the whole of Africa. Yeah. Because of the kind of precious solid minerals under the soil of Zamfara. And who are the beneficiaries of these huge solid minerals? The leaders of Zamfara. And that is why the insecurity in that place is not ending, because the insecurity is economic induced. It's tied to the finances and the wealth under the soil of Zamfara state. It is a very terrible irony that a country that is supposed to be the richest, where the citizens are supposed to be God-given, is the same place where are dying of hunger and malnutrition, ignorance, and all manner of social vices and anti-welfare situation that the people are facing. Don't forget that it was the same Zamfara that some children died of lead poisoning some years back. And what did anything happen out of it? Nothing. Because the blood of the innocent minds are easily used to water the flow of the riches of the political elite. And it is a very worrisome development. So nobody needs to go far to realize that there is a problem in the land when it comes to issue of security. And we now ask, why would somebody like Matawale, who has been so robustly accused of being in bed, terrorists and bandits, say in the position as Minister of State for Defense? Defense, of all portfolios, defense. And you begin to ask, who gave the order for soldiers to leave when before the terrorists went and kidnapped the children in Kebbi? Has that question been answered up to today? Has it been answered? The government will just do a kind of the more you look, the less you see. The fella called abracadabra. Today, hasn't that question been answered? They say, oh, we'll get to the root of it. And whoever that gave such order will be named and shamed. Let them name and shame and let us see. It has been swept under the carpet. The next thing, 100 children have been released. Clap for government. Esther, Nigeria is bleeding. Not because of tsunami or any other natural consequences, but because of the terrible leadership that have been foisted on this country. It is extremely very unfortunate, and Nigerians must, as a matter of necessity, guard their loins and recover their country. Otherwise, the ding-dong will continue, and the charade will have no end. Unfortunately.
Barrister Fred Nzako, thank you so much. I sincerely do appreciate you. I know I told you a few minutes, but it's more than that. But thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
No problem. No problems. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, that was Barrister Fred Nzako, who actually took his time to give us his own perspective to all the issues I highlighted. Mr. Lawal Kundari is here, but he'll be responding to your questions during our call session. Thank you so much, sir, for being patient with me this evening. Welcome as well. Thank you so much. We're all educating ourselves. So you're going to respond to questions during the call-in session. It's time for you to react, and the number to call is 08036929933. 08036 36929933. The WhatsApp number is 0817 1756 338. 0817 1756 338. That is the WhatsApp number to call. All right, and the number to call is 080 3692 9933. 080 3692 9933. That is the phone number for you to send your messages, or rather call, and WhatsApp. You can send your messages there as well. All right. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello. I can hear you. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Welcome. What's your name?
Hello.
I can hear you. What's your name? I can hear
Hello.
you. Go ahead. What is your name? Hello. Okay, if you're in a noisy place, please don't call. All right? Please don't call. You don't expect to hear me if you're somewhere where you can actually not speak. All right, thank you very much. 08036929933. 08036929933. That's the number to call, and the WhatsApp number is 0817 1756 338. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello. Hello. All right, we're having connection issues. 08036929933. 08036929933, and the WhatsApp is 0817 1756 338. Yes, that's the WhatsApp number. Apologies if you're not able to get through. The network situation today has been quite horrible. Extremely horrible. I personally experienced it. I'm sure you witnessed it while we're doing the show. Hello, good evening. How are you? Welcome. Hello.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Welcome. What's your name?
This is Adi on the line.
You said what?
Adi calling from my 12.
All right, please go ahead, sir.
All right. It is unfortunate.
Hello.
I've been listening to the analysis of the barrister. It was unfortunate the country we found ourselves.
Okay.
It was unfortunate. So that's my contribution. Nothing else to say. It was just to say unfortunately, because the leaders they are just there to run people out, even the minority. There's nothing. It was unfortunate. So thanks for the good work. Good night. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you very much for calling. 08036929933. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello.
Hello, welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. Is this Boris?
And good evening to Mr. Kundoyo, including
evening, sir.
Barrister Fred Nzako.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome.
Yeah, I thank you. I thank him for all the analysis he has made so far. You see, Esther, this is Boris calling from Afromidi anyway.
Yes.
You see, when we talk, it looks as if maybe we don't like the government. But when something continues to, go the other way around, you will not ask questions. Honestly, all the things that Barrister Zako listed are nothing but the facts. You see, and people are not ready to checkmate this government. I've been saying it. Let me borrow a word from the last word he said. He said, look, it is until when Nigerians are ready to reclaim their country. Otherwise, this nonsense will continue. And that is just the fact. Because we've seen so many things, so many illegalities, so many things going the other way around. And nobody's ready to call this APC government to order. If we just keep quiet, things will turn out, before you know it, things will just get out of, even things have already gotten out of hand. Honestly speaking, something must be done right now. Because, okay, look at as at yesterday. Esther, are you surprised that the so-called ambassador, nominal, whatever, they've been cleared? So I said it yesterday.
Yeah, you said it.
I said it before time that as far as this Senate, this rubber stamp Senate is concerned, even if Tinubu brings armed robbers, they will just say bow and go. Did it happen or did it not happen?
It happened.
Nigerians should wake up. We should wake up. We cannot just allow this country to be run by just one family. It's getting up. Things are getting out of hand, though. Things are getting out of hand, though. We are saying it. It's not as if we hate anybody. I, for one, I am saying it. Other Nigerians should condemn this evil of this APC before it gets all of us. I think I'll stop there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
much. And good night.
Thank you, Poison, for calling. All right.
Thank you.
08036929933. That's the number to call. Hello, good evening. Welcome. How are you? Turn down the volume of your radio. I can hear you. How are you?
Hello?
I can hear you. Good evening.
Fine.
Welcome.
Regular listener, man. First time caller.
Wow, what's your name?
My name is Samuel.
Samuel. I've rang bell for you. Welcome.
Calling from Bedford.
You're calling from where?
Bedford.
All right. Go ahead, please.
Okay. About what barrister saying.
Yeah.
All is true. What is everything that is happening in this country? That our government are not willing to do anything. Why now? They didn't have power to go after those people supporting bandits or what is our wrong sense. After the last caller I've already said, Nigeria is getting out of hand though. We have to stand up, we have to rise on our feet and defend our country.
All right, thank you. Thank you. 08036929933. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. This is Emeka from Ogun State.
Emeka from Ogun State. Emeka, happy Friday to you. Please go ahead.
I want to ask, whenever we're talking about let Nigerians, who are the Nigerians? Is it the tomato sellers on the streets or the Okada riders on the streets? Where are the educated peoples in this nation? Where are the lawyers in this nation? Where are those that is wise in this nation? All of them are pocketed in the pocket of all these old men in the seats. And then, I'm not talking about old men that dream a dream, that have no vision. Now they are not putting everyone in the pocket, and every time we always hear, make Nigeria. Who are the Nigerians? Where are the educated people in this nation? All of them have been pocketed. Whenever I'm hearing less Nigeria, this always provoke me. Let me know who are those that Nigerians that will do this. When the people that is educated are there, also close their mouth, wearing it piling up and down here and there, and waiting the Okadas are busy. Now, when people comes out to protest, they will kill them. Look at the women they killed right there. Who are the Nigerians that expect to come out and take the Nigeria by themselves? God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling. Wow. So apparently, from January 1st, 2026, every taxable Nigerian will be required to possess a tax identification number. So you must have a taxpayer ID to operate your bank account. If you don't have a taxpayer ID, you will not be able to operate your bank account. So in other words, money must come out of your account, whether you like or not. So if you're earning at least more than 800,000 naira in your account, you have to go get that tax identification number. It is when you get that tax identification number, then you'll be able to withdraw money from that account. If you're not able to get it, whatever funds you have there may just be there. You may not have access to it. You will have to go to the bank. I said we're going to get someone who actually understands all of this to educate us appropriately, especially if you're earning above 800,000 naira. I think the government already knows some people want to hoodwink and do some certain things, so they're compelling everyone to have that tax identification number. So just get ready. Okay, 08036929933. That's the number, and the WhatsApp number is 081717563338. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome. How are you?
Fine, no.
Turn down the volume of your radio, please.
Sorry, I'll turn it now.
All right. Go ahead. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Ezigwe.
Ezigwe. Calling from
Ijegu.
where? From Ijegu?
Yes.
All right, Ezigwe, please go ahead.
Please, I thank the barrister where they well educate us today. We have learned a lot from him. What I want to talk is about Ngige own. I will say, son of our people who they run to go to ruling party. He has seen something now. The time Ngige was ruling our state, Anambra State, it will be like that. But immediately he entered for APC, his character changed automatically. So whatever he see there, let him take it. Because not them. He won't say no. All this is what happen now. I didn't know everything. See, last 2 weeks they want to kidnap his people over our place there. So let him face his music until when they and it could be like others. Yes, you are Igbo man. You are nowhere. If they don't know, let them know. Yes, you are from Igbo side. That community can cover you. Yes, you enter APC. I think have been forgiven. They are only go forgive you. They know where they know where they belong, but they don't want to know. Let them take their teeth, calm their. Take the amount to count their teeth. None of them don't know anything, but it's coming for all of them. Put Moshe and the Anambra, say, let them know something, but they can't know. They follow people when they go protect their sins. Thank you, my brother, my sister. Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling. All right, 08036929933. The WhatsApp number is 0817175638. Oh yes. This person was already sending a message. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello.
Hello.
Yay!
Yes.
You've been able to connect. Good evening. How are you? Welcome.
Good evening to you. Good afternoon to me.
Okay, good afternoon to you. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
My name is Dr. Ego. I'm calling from Dallas, Texas. First time caller.
Wow, congratulations. I'm going to ring back for you. All right, go ahead. Contribute.
All right. I have been following your show, and I must say you're doing a tremendous work.
Thank you.
Thumbs up and keep it up.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, because of the time frame, I barely have time to join your live calls.
I know.
But today, I guess I was just fortunate. I carefully listened to the barrister who spoke earlier.
Yeah.
And I must say that he definitely gave an unfortunate rundown of our dear country, Nigeria. It's very unfortunate. And I'm going to be very brief. It's very unfortunate that from day one that this current government came to power, from 2023 till today, all they have been talking about is re-election. No act of governance, no act of looking after the people's welfare, no act of jobs, nothing going on. And he had to take the should I say, the threats of an American president for our country to realize that people are dying in numbers by the day. And even with that, the Minister of Interior had to sit down on air to tell some cheap lies about it. It's very disheartening. It's very sad. And at the end of the day, we are just finding ourselves in a situation where that country prays more than the act they should do. For all the men of God who carried placard during Jonathan, where are they today? They've all suddenly become sycophants and hypocrites. They can't come out again to march on the streets. It's very sad. We pray too much in Nigeria. Nigerians need to stop prayers and act, because that's what they're using to deceive them. I'm a Christian. I'm not against prayers, but all these things is holding your leaders accountable. And until we do it, we will keep remaining where we are today. It's really, really sad and appalling. But keep up with the good work.
Thank you.
We'll keep talking. We'll keep praying that or let me not use the word pray because I don't want to say it. We'll keep believing that one day our voices will be heard. Thank you very much, Esther, and have a lovely weekend.
Thank you very much. Thank you. To be honest with you, thank you so much. We're all having the same prayer, even if we don't want to say it out. We're all having the same prayer. Hello, good evening. How are you?
You're speaking with Ibrahim from Osho.
Ibrahim. Happy Friday. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you doing now?
I am fine, Jari Ibrahim. I'm happy that today is Friday.
Your voice is clear, sir.
Yeah, so somebody recommended that I eat raw okra, and it worked. I ate raw okra.
But you do not get masa now. If they send you masa, you will be okay.
You said what?
If they send you masa from Plateau, from Jersey, you'll be okay now.
You mean masa? Hello?
Yes, masa.
The masa clear throat is a snack. I love it.
They will put it right in our city.
Are you serious? Wow.
So, no, I won't leave that matter.
We will leave that one.
My own, all those our governors from Northern. Look at what Matawale, the kind of money we get and the kind of income. But when you go to Zamfara, you can't see any some company where they are selling. There are some guys from Zamfara, they will come to Lagos and pick those things. So why are they keeping the money?
Very beautiful question. Ibrahim, are you there? Hello? Chai, Ibrahim.
Okay. What is gain of that one? If you not bring the population is from the northern. So they were think only for their own self. They are not thinking for all the masses and the people who are in the north. Look at Zamfara State, very small state. But look at the kind of resources what this barrister is saying in Zamfara State. So if from Zamfara, they manage the resources, they cannot move from Zamfara to Kaduna or another state. There they are going to look for money. That's why I love the Bauchi guys. Bauchi guys, they say they cannot go to another state and make money. This Tababalewa, don't even believe them. So they are fine education. And before you see a Bauchi man go to another state, he is looking for money or is do work on that person, you go for it. A Bauchi person is just there for one state and educate himself and having just for them. But see what happens to our government. I'm very angry. This is making me angry. Very soon they will get it.
Ibrahim, it is well. Thank you very much for calling. Ibrahim just reminded me. Have you eaten masa before? You've never had it? Hey God, it's very tasty with garin kulinkuli and donkwa. Very nice. Since I came to Lagos, I've not been able to see someone who knows how to prepare it. Although some people make it at home, but I didn't know masa clears throat. I know it's a snack. I love to eat it. You can have it with tea, coffee, breakfasts. 08036929933. That's the number. 08036929933, and the WhatsApp number is 0817175638. God, if you know how to, if there's somebody that knows how to make masa, I'll really be interested. I want to learn how to. I'm. This man just woke up my appetite. Ibrahim just made my taste bud to water. Hello, good evening. How are you? Welcome. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Welcome.
My name is David Akoni from Igondo.
Welcome, Comrade David. Please go ahead.
Okay, you see, all this news that I've been hearing about the situation of Nigeria is very appalling. You see, the situation whereby country be like this, you cannot live in a normal country when we are dealing with abnormal people, abnormal president, abnormal senators, abnormal policemen. All of them, they are just doing what they like. Even in this Lagos, all law enforcement agencies, they don't abide by the rules and the condition of their services. They all look for money. And then look at this Zamfara state governor. He is very. They are going to sweep the matter under the carpet to no take time. Look at this, every one of them, they are questionable character. Every minister, and all of them. Why this is happening in Nigeria? I'm very sorry. Let Donald Trump come down quick. to come and flush all these evil people out of this system. Thank you. Good night, sir.
Good night. Thank you very much. 080-3692-9933. That's the number. Please, if I pick your call on WhatsApp while a call is ongoing, just hold on. You don't have to cut the call. Okay? I deliberately pick it so the call would not drop. So when you call on WhatsApp and I pick it and there's a call ongoing on the other line, just hold on. Okay? Once the person is done, I would increase your fader. I'll raise up your fader. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Hello? All right, so lost that connection. 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. The WhatsApp number is 0817-175-6338. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, sir. God bless you, my sister.
Good evening. Welcome. Turn down the volume of your radio.
Today, I'm very happy for your program. You are doing a good job.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome.
I know God is with you people there.
Amen.
Do not talk to our government.
Okay, turn down the volume of your radio. And you haven't told me your name.
Things are not working well. Hello, are you hearing me?
I can hear you. What's your name?
My name is Christopher. I'm calling from Osho.
All right, Christopher. Please go ahead. Continue.
This is a first-time caller.
Christopher, you not talk that one since. Welcome. Let me ring bell for you.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
This our country. It's only God that we are crying to. But sometimes we need to react. When Marwa reached Lagos here, everything was peaceful. We are tolerant with it. So bad people. But I don't know Nigeria now. Our leader that took them there, they don't even remember the masses anymore. Garina had, transport had, fuel had. When I came to this Lagos, we are buying fuel on 11 naira, 7 naira. But today, condemn milk, nobody will drink. Milk where we get, nobody will drink. May they help us. We are praying for them, but may they help us. May they get changing of mind. House rent now can't pay. School children now can't pay. Please, auntie, our sister are there. If they can hear you well, speak to them. On our behalf.
They're hearing you.
God will bless you.
Amen.
God will bless you.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. They're hearing you guys. They're listening to you. Trust me. And like I said the other time, please, this is the Christmas season. Help anyone. Please help. Just extend help. All right. Let's just help each other this period. I beg. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, sir.
How you doing? Turn down the volume of your radio, please.
Sorry, I'm driving. Sir. This is Malik speaking.
Malik, where are you calling from?
Yes, I did traffic.
No vex. Sorry. Is this your first time?
That's not my first time now. Wow.
Okay, no vex now.
To get to your line, a problem.
Mekbele, mabini.
Anyway, Esther, with all these things we're talking about, do
Yeah.
you think the government itself are ready to change?
Mm.
Do you think the government are ready to change? Matawali was accused by his own governor of his own state with evidence. What happened? He's still the Minister for State of Defense. If the Minister for State of Defense is posting terrorism, do you think killings will ever stop? I will keep asking how they get examinations. How did they know where our military boys are passing? How did they know where would they go if they go kill us? When an insider is heading a big office in your own country, what is making noise? When the people are ready to act, we know what to do. And others are not ready, and we're eating the rice and beans, they'll continue feeding on us.
All right, thank you.
We spend money every time. Look at now, Bank of Industry want to build a new office in one of the Atlantic. What happened to the office in Abuja? What happened to the office in Abuja? And the government wants to roll out money for them to spend. Well, I'll not blame them. As long as the hunger will kill us, we will still die in Nigeria. When we don't get them, know how to vote. When they say election has consequence, we don't know what it means. We keep collecting seasoning and rice and so on supporting people. Meanwhile, we didn't die for hunger. We never die. We never get sense. That's when we die, remain the rule for Nigeria.
Malik, good evening. Like I can hear, you can hear him vent. I can hear how he feels. Hello, good evening. Hello. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Esther.
Welcome. What's your name, please?
Yeah, My greeting to Mr. Kundayo.
All right.
Good evening, sir. Thank you.
Good evening. Yeah. My name is Mr. Chris calling from Okota.
All right, Mr. Chris, please go ahead.
What am I saying? We are just disturbing ourselves. The reason why I came and then we are just disturbing ourselves, not that I'm just making you your efforts. Every day of your effort in the studio is just in vain. No. The reason why I'm saying this is when you watch the kind of president the man we have as a president, and then watch the kind of people he's appointing on the seats as a minister or as a, what they call it, the people that he nominated as ambassador. Then that tell you the kind of man he is. Then what do you expect the man to do? What do you expect any good thing from the man? Do you expect the man to do any good thing for this country? You check the people he appoints, check the people that he's working with. Check now, that is what. So that is what I'm saying. Even though we talk from men to the man who, I know the man the time he was a governor in Lagos State. I know him very well. So the issue is this, it's very, very painful. Very, very painful that his ordinary Nigeria are suffering it. He doesn't care what he knows. He may check the energy he spent in converting governors to enter APC. Why can't he just spend that energy in working for Nigeria? We voted for him. You need to work for Nigeria. You need to show working. After before he entered, he said that what did he say? He said that
he said he would get the ball rolling. That he would get the ball rolling when he entered. That's what he said.
I'm telling you, every day when I wake up and see that the man is our president, I'm telling you, I'm not happy. But what can we do? Have a nice day, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Kayamo is saying, we set a trap to catch a frog, but caught an elephant. His reference to Fubara's defection. In other words, they set a trap for Rivers, and it panned out that was exactly how it turned out. Interesting. Again, these are the periods where a lot of things will be divulged. So let me take some messages. Good evening, Esther. It's a very provocative and aggravative topic we have today, and we all are angry. We're heading to doomsday. Esther, this is it. How did we get here? We've been truly hypnotized, I tell you. I mean, when I hear Barrister Darlington say that the reason why they arrested Ngige was cause he hasn't come to kiss the ring. He was arrested because somehow he has been absent from the bands of on your mandate we stand. That was the truth, let's face it. And from Abatete, Idemili North in Anambra City, Ngige is from a neighbor, is my neighbor, to which is Alo. If you are not in the president's good book, then you can't buy or sell. Is this Armageddon? Like, this country is being run like a mob cartel, as whereas if you want to sell your booze, then you have to come kiss the ring of the mob boss. Interesting. Okay, don't worry. From Yemi in Lagos on Chris Ngige's audio. Yemi, hey Yemi, this is your message long. Okay, Darlington's Yemi now. No, you for just talk your message. You don't call person name. Why you do like this? Yemi, please next time just go straight to the conversation. No call anybody name. No call anybody name here. I beg. It's very, very important. Okay, thank you very much. So let me take these messages as well. Good evening, Esther and the erudite analyst. My take is on the Nigerian soldiers and plain held in Burkina Faso. No reasonable Nigerian will blame Burkina Faso's government. Taking into cognizance the ways and manners the Nigerian government is handling Nigeria's governance, one would pray they deal with Nigeria severely. Imagine the discrepancy in governance in Nigeria. Most atrocious acts overlooked in some parts of the country are severely dealt with in some other parts. Agege from Agege. This person says, Esther, how many okra did you eat? So I think I bought the one of 1005. And yes, it's this is not the season now. It's small. It's not plenty. It's not plenty now. When you buy it on the street, it's not plenty. So I washed it with salt and I ate two. It wasn't easy, but I ate two. I ate two every night. Then I took ginger and honey and a little bit of lemon because I react somehow to lemon. So I didn't take a lot of it, just very little. I think it worked a little bit. So I think the okra was the main component. Whoever was the one that recommended that, thank you so much. I never realized that potency was there. So thank you. I mean, it's in 2 days, I felt a lot better. So thank you very much for that. God bless you. Let me take more messages. Good evening, Madam Esther, Mr. Lawal, and Barrister Fred. Thank you, Barrister, for your submission. The ruling party has successfully decimated the opposition. I want to call on the US, UK, and the EU to take note of these anti-democratic practices by the ruling party. Emmanuel from Lagos. Good evening, Esther, and your guest. On insecurity, why is Pipad keeping the Minister of State for Defense that he cannot be sacked after all these allegations? Esther, Nigeria is a huge joke. On the FCT Minister, one day he'll be kicked out of office soon. Let's keep our fingers crossed. This is from Online Chief Ayobon. All right. This person says, good evening, Esther. Your guest speaker, Barrister Nzako, has said a lot about the Nigerian situation. We, your fans, would like to hear more from him. Thanks. Chike from Ikorodu. Chike would speak with him most of the time, especially in the World News at 6. So, yeah. Good evening, Barrister. Barrister Fred Nzako, Esther Wachuku, and Mr. Lawal Kundai. Esther, I sent a message yesterday that nobody will release the Nigerian Air Force C-130 plane, not even let alone the smart and intelligent Traore, considering the recent events in Benin and the roles played by the Nigerian military. The Burkinabe is a native name of upright men. So let Burkina Faso do a diligent investigation, and if those military officers were found to have flouted any aviation or military rule, they should be held accountable. No serious leader or country jokes with her external security and sovereignty like we did with the Lakurawa terrorists. On insecurity, the Nigerian state isn't ready to fight terrorism yet, so I wouldn't bother to comment on that topic tonight. Architect Olaliko in Ijayi. Alright, my take on the issue of the country's plane and 7 soldiers held in Burkina Faso could be something else. Now, Portugal has denied knowing anything about it. I would like the authority there to thoroughly search that plane very well. It could be a case of money laundering. It's very mysterious. Hear this, Chinedu from Badagry. Good evening, Esther. These people from the north, are they truly Nigerians? Patrick from Oshodi. Oh yes, Patrick, they are Nigerians. Why? Why did you ask that question? Do not ascribe crime to an entire tribe. I think you heard somebody call and really called out the governors, the former governors, for their practices. Ibrahim called out and he wasn't happy about. He said he's very angry. So yes, those who are literate know that what some of the northern governors do is very wrong, and he called out the northern governor, former northern governor. So yes, they are Nigerians as well. It's quite unfortunate what is going on there. Good evening. Nigeria obviously a deceit. If not, why would one credible enough not resign one's position when accused of wrongdoing? Ogechi Umubu from Ojo, Lagos. Alright, this person says, beautiful evening, Esther. Wachukwu Barrister Fred and Zakwa in the studio. Esther, all the happening in River State is a very big shame to the president, Wike, and the governor. Esther, what is the young generation going to learn from this confused and controversial old men called rulers and not leaders? Since inception of APC in Nigeria, they have caused us more pain than the people of Israelite living in the land of Egypt then. The Pharaoh that me and you read in the Bible is here now in Nigeria through APC. Sometimes I begin to imagine the type of power the president poses to the extent the National Assembly and the NBA will be singing on your mandate we shall stand. What a shameless ruler. Esther, in a normal setting, these characters are supposed to be in jail by this time. Esther, we are being told that Tinubu prepared for this office 30 years ago. A first-class student of Chicago, chartered accountant, and also he built Lagos. Is this the Tinubu or another person being described? All right, this is Mayor from Ikotu Igbe. Good evening, Esther, VP and Barrister Fred Nzako. Shakanade from Alabaru. This country done greater for my eyes, like with this. So Shakanade, I don't understand what you typo. No vex. Can you retype and send? Good evening, Esther, Mr. Kuntai. I'm happy that your sweet voice is back. It's small. It's not completely there, but yes, it's better than it was a few days ago. More power to your elbow. Nigeria is just the wrong place to be right now, considering the way things are going. Ola from Ikotu. It is well, Ola. It's going to be well. I have to come and give you my own analysis. So I must let you know many things. So I'm a Yoruba man who confirm. Come now. Come. No wahala, come. I beg. The floor is open. I told you from next year we'll be having a political segment, and we want all Nigerians, regardless of their affiliations. If you are an obedient, if you're a Baptist, if you're an articulated, if you're an Amaechi, come. Let's hear. No. I want intellectually edified persons who will educate us, not just any kind of person. If you understand the principles, the ideals of your principal, the person you support, come and share those ideals. If you understand what the APC stands for, especially President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and you can puncture some of the things he says with an alternative, better plan to move Nigeria forward, let's have that debate. All right, let's not in bitterness, but in reality. Let's understand how you're following the polity, not in sentiment. Objectively categorizing what they said they are going to do, what they have established as their policies, and what your principal intends to establish as a policy. We're going to do a counter analysis, a counterbalance, and cross out the areas that maybe this administration has been able to fulfill. We would do that from next year. That's a plan. Good evening, Esther, and the guests in the studio. Please, I really thought by now that the president would have learned his lesson about the death from late Muhammadu Buhari and how his predecessors died after campaigning with him during 2023. We need to be very, very careful. Life is too hard in Nigeria now. Minimum wage cannot buy a bag of rice, and heavy insecurity in Nigeria. Emmanuel from Ojo. Auntie Esther, good evening. My name is Uchenna from Shumulu. This one, we're telling everybody to get your PVC. My question is, all those houses they demolished in Oworonshoki and other parts of Lagos states, where will they vote from? And even the houses they will demolish next year, where will they vote from? That's my question. Because it seems as if we, the citizens, are the problem. Even as many are homeless today, where are we going to vote from? Because even today, people are still fearing demolition in Oworonshoki. It seems as if we have forgotten. No, we haven't forgotten. It's left for those people to decide in 2027 that they will not be given stipends like Malt and Gala and change their mind. So let's see how that goes. Esther, I always enjoy Barrister Fred Nzako's analysis. I wonder why people like him do not want to venture in politics. It is people like him that we need within the corridors of power. God bless him. Esther, I love you. Chibuzo from Egbeda. Chibuzo, I love you too. So if you do not know, Barrister Fred Nzako is in PDP. Yes, he ventured into politics. Barrister Fred Nzako actually supported Atiku's idea in 2023 because of restructuring, but a lot has changed now. The polity is not the way he thought it to be. The integrity is lost. So Barrister Fred Nzako right now has just dissociated himself from all this political party shenanigans. He's looking for a political party of integrity. So for now, he's not like an active PDP member. He's just monitoring the situation. So yes, he ventured into politics, but you know how it goes. Our political scenario is no longer what it is. It no longer has authenticity. Very few people have integrity, and if you have integrity with all that is going on now, you will not want to be part of it. So that's what happened with Barrister Fred Nzako. He says integrity is lost, and he doesn't want to be part of something that doesn't have integrity. So for now, he's just watching things unfold. So yes, Barrister Fred ventured into politics. Good evening, Sister Esther. I want to be honest with you over what Barrister has said over Nigeria, looking down on Burkina Faso. Our leaders should know Burkina Faso is not Nigeria. They think they can do whatever they feel like doing. And let's be honest with you, Burkina Faso is not happy with this, what Nigeria is doing. Nigeria should be diplomatic when handling issues with them. Acheme and Andy from Oworonshoki, Lagos. Okay, well done. Good evening, VOP family. Mazen Namdekano warned every Igbo man, go and serve Nigeria and come back in shame. Has it not come to pass with Ingege? Chibuzo from Ijesha. Chibuzo, I don't think it's wrong for anyone to aspire to be in politics, even if the government of the day is not your choice. I don't think I will blame him, but if he has anything to answer for in court, then let him answer it. I think why Nigerians are bothered is, why now? when you have a lot of persons in the APC currently having cases to respond to. Ifan Yokowa's case is still there. Yahaya Bello's case, nothing. Everywhere is quiet.
It's the way they are playing
You
with that
understand?
Yaya
they're delaying
Bello
it.
case. Seriously.
So it's such this. Stella Odua, I've forgotten about her case. I was surprised when it came back up 2 days ago. I was like, what? This woman's case is still dragging. It's still pending. Wow, I didn't know that. Good evening, Esther. How many baskets? Okay, this person says, good evening, Esther. Please tell me, who are the Nigerians that don't want to wake up? This is Chibo from Ladipo. All right, this person says, how many baskets of okra did you eat that cleared your voice? Esther, Nigeria don't off. Osita from Isolo. Osita responded to that. I didn't eat a basket. I think I ate about 6 pieces, 2 each night. It wasn't easy. So I just 6 pieces for now. It's just for the past 3 days that I was meticulous about it. So I hope that, by next week it will be better. And I talked less. And if I go to church on Sunday tomorrow, I'm not going to shout. I'll just be talking. When it's time to sing, I'll just like, thank you, Jesus, small, so that I won't strain the voice again. Greetings in the house. I doubt if you read my message. Why? Greetings in the house, my lady. I doubt if you read my message, but I will appreciate if you will. This tax identification number is simply mark of the beast. Ew, my grandmama ye. Grandmama ye. Don't worry, I'm going to bring an economic analyst here to educate us about this thing that will commence from the 1st of January, okay? So we can have context. Please. Greetings to you, my able barrister, and to you, Esther. Good work. My name is Baby Police. Nigeria is made up of different countries joined together by British. You can't tell me that people with different traditions, different way of life will be in one country. The best solution is division of Nigeria. Let Arewa go their way with their Sharia law. Let Yoruba go their way. Ududuwa. Wow. Hey. Greetings to you, Esther. Please, if either Barrister Zako or Ogalawal is within reach, helping ask, when did the illegal mining start in Zamfara State, in the same federation? Why is it that mineral resources extracted from southern part come into the federation account, whereas the reverse is the case for natural resources from the north? When will this lopsidedness be reversed for everyone, including the poorest of the poor in Zamfara, to enjoy God-given resources again? Is it true that this tax-to-death policy will be extended to people who have no visible means of livelihood? Tony Anelli from Ijagama. No, I don't think so. But they are going to monitor accounts for those who receive a significant amount of money, specifically salary earners way above 500,000 naira. I think that's basically it. But we heard that tax from 800,000 naira and above.
80,000 per month.
800,000 naira. 800,000 naira.
It's 80,000 per month.
You don't start now.
Okay, I've heard you. Don't worry. Let the analyst come.
You want to cause high BP, Abby? You know the year. Mr. Lawal? Okay, I'm going to bring an analyst next week, please. I don't like what you're saying. Because I'm not earning up to that amount, that 800,000. So I thought I'm safe. Please.
They will increase your salary
a
little by just 10,000. It will enter it. And then
Good evening, Esther. Please, what time of the day does your program start? Well, I do the news 6 p.m. and then after 6 p.m. news, then 7 to 9 is the evening rush. So yeah, definitely. Good evening, Esther. It's so unfortunate and sad that the president is keeping mute, and I have decided not to take action over various reports concerning the Minister of State for Defense. Prioritizing 2027 and playing ostrich over disastrous reports concerning top political figures is very bad and should be condemned by all. Until these moles are taken care of, things will never be okay. Have a blessed night, Esther. This is from His Royal Highness B.C. Nwoko in Oshodi. Well, I take a lot of messages today. Good evening, Esther and your guests. In aviation, every aircraft, military or civilian, must secure an overflight permit before entering another country's airspace. If the Nigerian Air Force flew over Burkina Faso without this permit, it would be a violation. In Nigeria, such an offense attracts a $50,000 fine, and for a military aircraft, it naturally raises serious suspicion. From King Nkemjika.
But Esther, my worry is that they said they are going to Benin Republic and they find themselves in Burkina Faso.
No, that plane they said they were going to Portugal, not Benin Republic. Good evening, how are you?
Okay.
Yes, that's right. Good evening. My name is Shola.
Shola, how you doing now? Good evening. Happy Friday.
Yeah, we thank God for your voice.
Thank you.
Hold on. I greet Mr. Lawal.
Good evening, sir.
Then, then the barrister that, your guest.
Barrister Fred.
Yes, Esther. Huh? Let's call it spade a spade. There's a saying that the people deserve the government that they have. It is only a country like Nigeria where you will see this kind of people in government and the people are subdued and they know. There's no matter what you will say. See, the day I know that there is little hope for this country, Esther, was during that COVID-19. There was a curfew. They said by 7 we should get home, we can go to work. I got to a place and the police at the Kotu sent people back. I was staying in Abaranja then. I told the people, I said, come, let us go. I thought I would be able to appeal to the accessibilities. More than 50 people. I told the police, I said, please, where are you sending us to? We are safer at the police station. Before I know what happened, the police heading them there sent 2 policemen. They said, go and arrest, take them to the gun room, let them be safe there. Everybody around next week. That was 2020. I can't forget. Everybody around. So until we get to the stage of, if I perish in this country, see, they will continue to play us like fools. That is just it. Nigeria, we are not ready. That suffering will come one day. But my fear is that the people that might lead this uprising or this revolution might be those that are uneducated. And by the time they will rise up, they will start attacking even people like us. Because the liberals are the ones that are supposed to lead and come out and be bold. See, what the politicians are supposed to fear the people more than the way we fear them. So, but the reverse is the case. This next year coming is going to be your hot.
Walai.
It is well.
It is well. Thank you very much. Thank you for calling, Shola. This person says, Esther, so you mean you can't read my message? Ugo, did you send any message? You didn't send any message now. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you too. And your guest in the studio, Esther President, we must be aware of the C-130 aircraft being detained in Burkina Faso, including our soldiers. Esther Mwachukwu, leaders are fully confused that they don't know what's happening within themselves. Burkina Faso should do the needful and then follow up the procedure of their country. Law of interference. Remy from Ejigbo. All right. Good evening, Esther and Mr. Lawal. It's always good to hear from you and your guest. Indeed, there was a country where the worst of us is rating the best of us. And so Wilfred from Surulere. I, Wilfred, don't believe in paying tax in Nigeria because it's a scam. But if at all I want to pay tax as a Nigerian living in Nigeria, I prefer living in Nigeria but pay my tax to US, Canada, UK, or those civilized, developed and organized countries. If it's possible, then pay tax to Nigerian government, because in those countries you see what the tax is used for. But here in Nigeria, it goes directly into someone's pocket called bullion van. So it is of no use. Like I said, we are going to get ourselves properly educated about this next week. I'm going to get a tax analyst, an economic analyst to help us break this down, because even me, I am concerned. Anything that touches my money unnecessarily, they give me code.
The man even said what they use, that the money ends up. He believed that the money ends up in the pocket of some people.
Who says so?
That the message you just read.
And that's what he said.
That's a major headache of Nigerians. That's their major problem.
They pepper me. I don't like it.
When you pay tax, you don't see what they use for. The company still go ahead and borrow.
Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, sir.
Welcome, sir.
From speaking.
Hey, welcome, sir. Is this your first time calling?
Oh no, I've been calling your station many times.
All right, welcome,
yes,
sir.
I remember the voice.
You remember the voice. All right, go ahead, please.
Please, I beg you, we should speak good about Nigeria.
I remember the voice.
Okay.
For over 4 decades, 50 or 40 years, we have been hearing bad about Nigeria. See, words are very, very powerful. Maybe that's why we have not had it good. But when we begin, see, that's what they did in America when America was getting very, very hot. A man, one of their presidents came and told them, change your language about America. And their language changed, and things begin to change.
Okay.
See, morning, afternoon, I listen to your station.
Okay.
Every day. Oh, you know that this government, there is nothing good. Fine, we have insecurity challenges. Are you getting me? And it's not that the president is not trying his best. They are doing a lot of things. Or like when Jonathan did not do anything and said it was his scam. But you know, these criminals.
You said Jonathan did not do anything.
Yeah, he said it was a scam. He did not do anything about the insecurity. It was when it was close to election that it now started. And it was
okay. Now that you've called, can you you're saying we should say the good things. So please tell us the good things that you know you've experienced, you've seen.
We have the Renewed Hope Initiative. I've never heard.
That's not a good news now.
Wait, I talk about the Renewed Hope Initiative that people call me APC woman. We're talking about the.
That's an ideology, not a good news.
What's your evidence of those who have benefited from credit card? You're listing what the administration said they have as part of their initiatives. We're talking about the impact and implementation of it all.
People that benefit, even Nel Fund, even the.
No, I talk about Nel Fund here all the time. But you see credit card.
Current passport initiative.
From Minister of Interior.
That increase it.
Yes.
No. I have complimented that effort. Now I always compliment the Minister of Interior.
Even the Sokoto Badagry route, the Lagos
that's not completed.
Route, the East-West road that have been abandoned for 4 decades, 40 years, they have fixed it. The Ogoni issue. Even the Ogoni people are thanking the president that he has come to their rescue. Even the refinery that we are benefiting today, Dangote refinery.
Okay, Dangote refinery.
Okay, Dangote.
So you are the owner. Nigeria owns it.
Wait, did you say the president is the brain behind it?
Yes. When he was governor of Lagos State, if you go and hear the story of the refinery.
20 years ago, 20-something years ago.
When he was opening it, that it was because of the current president that refinery is standing today. You know, I've not ever heard you say anything about fine. We have our challenges. Every country has their challenge. Even in America, in Washington D.C., there was an attack there. I think last 2 weeks or last month or so. They are guns. They are shots. I get it. The Americans don't take it like that. Please, we can.
To continue with the challenges.
Hitting people all the time. Hitting. Good will not come out of them. That's psychologically. Philosophy, psychologically, where you start hitting people all the time. Even when somebody is bad, and you say something good about that person, the good will come out.
All right, thank you very much. So about Nel Fund, I talk about it here. To be honest with you, that's one active thing. Again, but you don't agree with it. You see that credit call, I haven't seen any beneficiary of credit call. I have looked through all the Renewed Hope Initiative. I have checked their website to see verifiable candidates that benefits of it. That is my issue. Even the Minister of Finance, Wale Edu, that said they disbursed how much billion or trillion for the vulnerable. We've not seen names, words, where these people reside that they got this money. We've not seen. Nobody has sent a testimonial. Okay. I always say here that we don't criticize for criticizing's sake. We try to highlight the strength and weaknesses of the government. We do that all the time. It's unfortunate when the weaknesses surpasses the strength, and when the strength is always just said, but we don't get to feel the impact. That's just the issue. The credit card, that credit card one, I remember mentioning all of it here. I have not seen any beneficiary of credit card. I haven't, to be honest. The update I see all the time is Nel Fund. Nel Fund update is spot on. I always talk about it here. All right, Mr. Lawal, your final take, please.
Anyway, some people said we should, try to, maybe they want us to lie to make it look good. You dress something that is not good. I don't do that.
If something is good, we say it.
If it's not good, I will not dress it. We will leave it as that. Second, my own is that it is said that when there's life, there is hope. And when there is hope, there's bound to be action. And then let us take the action in a positive way. This country belongs to all of us. We should take it. No matter where you come from, it belongs to all of us. We need to take it and prepare it a better country for the next generation. That's what I want to tell Nigerians.
All right, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue to talk about issues. The reason why we do that is that the government will be active. They wouldn't be too slow. We know that it's just the first term of the president and it's not magic. But with the wealth of ministers, the number of ministers, number of aides, the persons,
number of loans.
That's the thing, the number of loans. Let's see the working. There's something about writing stats on paper and the reflection of those stats on the people. That's where the disparity is.
And the taxes.
I wish people would understand. There's a major disparity with what the administration is saying and what the people are feeling. Until that happens, no matter how good the scenario looks like, no matter how good the policies are, no one would appreciate it because the reflection is absent. That's just the thing. Okay? If I don't have a job, if I can't afford good food, if I can't provide shelter for my family, if I cannot eat well, if I don't have a home, affordable home, no matter the policies and the palliative measures that the government has said they have, I cannot give credit. I cannot say that I'm feeling it. If you tell me that there are health initiatives to subsidize expenses, and I'm not seeing that when I go to the hospital, I wouldn't be able to say it is indeed the truth. It is what I have experienced that I will comment and compliment and make attributions to. That's the thing. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. I'll be seeing you on Sunday for the Political Spotlight. My name is Esther Machiku, ESTIQMEDIA on YouTube. Bye for now.